Hey Knights, my name is Amy, and I want to welcome you back for day 4 of our virtual VBS, Knights of North Castle. I hope that you are having as much fun as we are this week. I'm wondering what awesome music our royal musicians have in store for us today, and I'm wondering how many jokes Sparky will tell. I also can't wait to hear what our new castle call out is for today. While we're getting ready to kick things off, be sure to check out our activity pack in the notes section or at hbro.org/VBS. Now's a great time to gather your craft supplies for our quest today because we're going to get going in just a couple minutes. Welcome back to North Castle.
Hello, Knights. As you may notice, I'm wearing a blindfold.
Sparky, the Knights are over here.
Over where? I knew that. Knights, it's great to see you today. I mean, smell you and hear you. I can tell someone had delicious pancakes this morning.
Sparky, why do you have a blindfold on?
Well, I took your advice and I put a freeze on my jokes.
Yeah, but why the blindfold?
Well, you know my good friend Melvin, right?
Yeah, the northern bat, right?
Yeah, northern bats are the only bats that live in the Arctic Circle. Like all bats, he uses a sonar system to fly around at night. I wanted to see how well I could do by just relying on my ears and nose.
Okay, well, Sparky, can you tell me what I'm wearing? Like the color of my shoes and how many fingers I'm holding up?
Absolutely. By just using my super sensing ears and nose, I can tell that you are wearing a bright green shirt, pink fuzzy shoes, and you are holding up 11 fingers.
That's amazing.
Thank you. It's a gift.
No, Sparky, I mean, it's amazing that you got all of that wrong.
Are you sure? Knights, is that true? Well, maybe I just need a little bit more practice.
Good idea. How about we bring out the royal musicians while you take the blindfold off?
Okay, kids, are you ready to sing? I want you to get up out of your seats, and I want you to jump up, get on your toes, and stretch your arms as high as you can. Now let them fall slowly beside you and keep them stretched. Stretched. Yes. Now we're getting ready to do a song, and we're going to tell you the motions of the song, so you have to watch. It's going to go, be strong in the Lord, in the strength of his power. Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Let's do this song. I know you can do it. I want to hear you sing. Don't be scared to sing out.
Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of his power. Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. When I feel like hope is gone, be strong, be strong. I will keep on keeping on and be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of his power. Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Oh, 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 oh. When I'm feeling hurt and pain, be strong, be strong. You restore my joy again. I'll be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of his power. Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Oh, 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 oh. Come on, everybody, time to get strong with the power of God. We will carry on. Come on, everybody, time to get strong with the power of God. We'll carry on. If you can't whistle this song, be strong, be strong. Just hum or clap and stomp along and be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of his power. Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power.
Sing it again.
Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of his power. Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah. Great job.
Oh, that feels better. It's not easy when you can't see.
No, it's not. Why don't you help us with something you're great at? Can you remind us of our banner verse?
Oh, that's easy. I've been at this for a while. It's Ephesians 6:10, and it says, Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power.
That's great. Why don't we try saying it with him?
Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power.
Sparky, are you ready for something else you can do?
Well, sure.
I'm hoping you can help me interpret this riddle since you can read ancient dragon language. Right here. What does it say?
Wow, it's the strangest riddle we've had so far. Maybe I read it wrong, or it's some kind of joke?
Well, Sparky, what does it say?
It says, the shield of faith is not found yet. Direct your search for feet so wet.
Feet so wet? Well, that's strange.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Well, it looks like we'll be on a quest for the shield of faith today.
And to find it, we look for wet feet? There are some animals that keep their feet in water, a lot like flamingos.
I don't think it's a story about flamingos in the King's Book, but maybe in the story of Noah's Ark. There's a lot of water in this story, so I'm going to be guessing we're looking for a person or people with wet feet.
Well, I know there were a lot of people like John the Baptist who spent a lot of time in water. Also, the Israelites walked through the Red Sea. That was on dry ground. How about Jesus washing other people's feet? Their feet would be wet.
That's true, but if it's a story about faith, I think I know what we need to read. A story about someone who actually walked on water.
Was he walking on a frozen pond?
No, he was actually walking on water, on a lake. I wonder if the royal players can bring the story to life for us. Let's take a look in the King's Book.
The books of Matthew, Mark, and John all tell about an interesting adventure involving Jesus, his close friends, a boat, and a storm. It all begins at the end of a famous miracle where Jesus fed a large group of people with only 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish. After everyone had eaten and collected the leftovers, Jesus told his friends to get in a boat and sail to the other side of a big lake. When they left in the boat, Jesus took time to talk to his dad. We just call that praying. As it got later in the night and the sky grew darker, Jesus' friends were in the boat, in the middle of the lake, in the middle of a storm. So what did Jesus do next? Jesus didn't need a boat. He didn't need a life preserver. He didn't need a swimsuit. He didn't even need a rain jacket. Jesus just started walking on the water. Jesus walked on top of the lake, in the dark, in the storm, all the way to his friend's boat. His friends thought he was a ghost. Jesus said, "No worries, guys. It's just me, Jesus." So what did his friends do? They were all still very afraid, all except for Peter. He shouted back to Jesus, "Hey, if it's really you, Jesus, can I come out there and walk on the water too?" His friends were shocked, but Jesus said, "Absolutely, come on out here." Peter looked right at Jesus and climbed out of the boat, walking on the water. However, Peter quickly remembered that he was in the middle of the lake, in the middle of a storm, at night. He began to sink and cried out, "Lord, save me!" But Jesus immediately grabbed him. As they walked back to the boat, Jesus said, "Why did you worry about the water and the storm? Where did your faith go?" When they walked back into the boat, the storm died down. His friends began to tell Jesus, "Wow, if we had any doubts, they are gone now. You are definitely God's son." And this is just one great story from the King's Book.
Hi Knights, I'm Noah. That was an amazing story. Can you believe it? Peter was walking on water, and then he looked around at the water and the waves and remembered who he was. How in the world was a mere human like him able to walk on water? It wasn't remembering who he was that sunk Peter. It was forgetting who Jesus was in the moment. Peter forgot who Jesus was and to have faith like a rock. Peter struggled with his faith while Jesus was right there in the flesh. We are called to have faith in Jesus even though we can't see him with our own eyes. The Bible tells us that faith is the reality of what we hope for, the proof of what we don't see. Sometimes it can be hard to put our faith in Jesus, but we know that he's right there with us all the time. So Knights, the next time you find yourself in a scary situation, don't focus on what you can't do. Focus on who Jesus is and what he's calling you and all of us to do. You know, Knights, one thing that we know is very real, even though we can't see it, is breath. For our prayers today, we are going to do a simple breath prayer that focuses on a keyword from each of our weekly castle callouts. Let's all take in a gentle breath through the nose, then sigh out the word truth. Truth. That was our castle callout for the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, standing true. Let's take in another gentle breath through the nose, this time sighing out the word justice. Justice. That was our castle callout for the story of David defeating Goliath. Now let's breathe and sigh out the word peace. Peace. That was our castle callout for the story of Mary journeying to Bethlehem. Finally, let's breathe in and sigh out our castle callout for today. Faith. Faith. That was our castle callout for the story of Jesus walking on water. Let's breathe in and sigh out the word faith one more time. Faith. Amen. Nicely done, Knights. Now let's see how you do with our trivia today.
The disciples saw Jesus walking on the water and thought he was a buoy, a boat, a ghost, or the same fish that swallowed Jonah. A ghost. What is a moat? Water surrounding a castle, a motorboat, a small goat, a very warm jacket. Water surrounding a castle. A drawbridge is a bridge for artists to use, a movable bridge over a moat, a bridge that is drawn in a picture, a bridge used only by fire trucks. A movable bridge over a moat. Thanks for playing!
Wow, that was amazing. It was like we were right there. Did it actually happen?
It sure did. Jesus was able to walk on water because he's God's son. But Peter was able to walk on water, and that was a miracle.
I can't wait to learn more about this story and find the shield of faith.
Me too! Let's give the knights our castle call out for today before they go on their quest. Armor up with faith. Do it with me.
Armor up with faith.
Nice. I think you're ready for the quest today. See you back here in just a few minutes.
Welcome to day 4.
We're so glad that you are joining us for another quest today. So we hear that you are in search of the shield of faith. And you are in luck because we're going to walk you through how to make your shield of faith today. So in that notes section where we've got that pack for the day, there's a template that you can use to cut out a shape like this, or you could look at this one and say, I bet I can make that shape right there. So the first thing you want to do is cut out this, and we've used poster board so that it's a little bit sturdier for this one. So that's our shield, but what about the faith part? So for that, we've cut out some little letters here that spell out the word faith, and then we're going to put those right on our shield today. So Addie's going to take a blue marker, and because today's story was about Jesus and Peter walking on water, she's going to make a little bit of a wave line on all of the letters that spell faith. So if you're wondering how to spell faith, it's F-A-I-T-H, spells faith. They're tiny letters. Yours may be tiny letters too. Nice job. All right, so also with us today, we have a glue stick. So Addie's gonna use the glue stick to take those letters that she just decorated. She's gonna put a little glue on there from the glue stick, and then they're gonna go right there on our shield. Wonderful. So she's putting it right there in the middle. And you know, with glue, it might take a little bit for it to stick. There you go. And now the I. And then the T. And finally the H. Nice. I'll give that one little pat down there. Addie, do you want to hold that part up? There we go. So now we have the word faith on our shield, but we're not quite done yet. All right. So the other thing that we're using today is some of these little foam stickers. We've used some of those before. We've decided, since we're talking about water today, to use all blue on ours. You could use any color that you have. If you have some glitter paper, that would work great. Or if you just wanted to draw some designs on your shield of faith, that would be wonderful too. I like these stickers because they're pretty easy to use. Mm-hmm. Very nice. So you've done 3 on the top there and 3 on the bottom. But we might be wondering, well, how do I hold my shield? So this is where grown-ups help might come in a little handy on this one. So I've cut out this shape here. It's just a rectangle, pretty wide. And what I found to work the very best is to make some little flaps right here on the edges. And we're going to turn our shield of faith over, and I'm going to take a little bit of duct tape. So I've got my scissors and my tape here. And we're going to put tape on the inside here, like that, so that it first looks like this. And then take one more little piece of duct tape and do the very same thing on the bottom. And when I do that, I'm going to curve it just a little bit like that. And that way, little hands can get right in the center. Do you want to hold it up now that you have that? Oh, and you can hold your shield of faith. Awesome job. So again, if you're not quite finished decorating yours, that's totally okay. You might want to decorate the whole thing, and that would be wonderful. But we are so glad that you joined us today as we made our Shield of Faith and completed one more quest here at North Castle. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope to see you back tomorrow.
Hey Sparky, have you seen the Knights return with the Shield of Faith?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Sparky, do you know what the Shield of Faith is used for?
I do. It's protection to keep out of the way of flying objects.
That's right. It's protection. The Shield of Faith means putting our faith in Jesus to protect us from unhelpful beliefs or thoughts.
Why do we need protection like that?
Sometimes words or thoughts can cause us to doubt ourselves or even our faith in God. Our faith in Jesus can help keep those words or thoughts away.
What kinds of words and thoughts?
One thought is that we don't need God, and God does not love us. But God does love us. God sent Jesus to show us God's love.
What is faith?
Well, it's kind of like when you were in the blindfold earlier. What if I were to tell you spin around a few times with a blindfold on?
I'd be dizzy and not know where I was. I might bump into things.
And you might get hurt. But what if you could hear my voice giving you help and showing us where you need to go?
It still might be a little scary, but I would feel better because I know you would help me.
Yeah, and it's okay to be scared, but we can depend on God to be with us no matter what. We put our faith in God. That's why our castle call out is armor up with faith. Knights of North Castle, say it with us.
Armor up with faith. Let's also say our banner verse. Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power.
Awesome job today, Knights. You're really getting the hang of this. We hope you can jump up and dance to one more song before you go today. We can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 He's got the little bitty baby in his hands. He's got the little bitty babies in his hands. He's got the little bitty babies in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He's got you and me, neighbor, in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
I want to hear you sing, he's got the whole world in his hands.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole